Smoke a purse so sweet with HighThoughtsTV.
Y'all know what the fuck we doing, man. It's HighThougtsTV. Niggas hot in the bitch, man.
I'm smoking a purse so sweet with HighThoughtsTV.
Yeah. So it's just starting it off. I know that shit is tough, especially getting people to, you know, take you serious. So talk to them early moments, like maybe that first artist or event you might have locked in with where you felt like, okay, they giving me my time to shine type shit.
I feel like the first time Muhammad was taken serious, well, the first couple of interviews with some Colorado artists actually did decent, like 1,000 views, which at that time, first couple of interviews, you do 1,000 views, you're like, okay, I'm up to something, you know? Yeah. So that was cool, but like the first time when like everyone out here really started taking Muhammad serious, actually was probably when we locked in with Sean Cotton, and he came out here, we did an interview with him, like, it was crazy. Like, before that, I feel like a lot of the higher end artists out here, we're still kind of like sleep on Muhammad, like, yo, like, I want to see what you're actually doing here, you know. We'd still fuck with like a lot of the smaller artists, but when that happened with Sean, they were like, oh yeah, we gotta say cheese, like, we gotta tap in with Muhammad now, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'd say that was probably like the first, like, okay, yeah, we up to something for sure.
For sure. And with Denver being like, even though like you said it's not a mainstream artist from here, at least like a major one, I feel like it's still a notable city. Everybody fucks with Denver. Everybody loves Colorado. What do you feel like it is that's holding y'all back from having like maybe that one breakout artist or sound?
Man, that's the question everyone's been trying to figure out. That's the point of Mile High Minute, to answer that question. But it's a lot. There's a lack of infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? You go down to Texas, you got a bunch of media platforms that, like, you know what I'm saying, help push these artists. You got I don't know how you, I guess I can't necessarily 100% speak on Texas, but from an outside-in perspective, like, we don't got labels, you know, we don't got A&Rs, managers. Like, we got some that kind of like trying it, you feel me, but no one's like really locked in with a Def Jam or, you know, a Sony or what have you. And I could say the crab in the bucket mentality, but that's every city, so I don't really like using that as an excuse. I really would just say the lack of infrastructure is kind of like the main thing. And also us not necessarily we're kind of in the middle of the country, so like the next closest cities is probably like Phoenix, Salt Lake City, Vegas, maybe Detroit. We're still like 8 to 10 hours away from the next major city, so it's like people kind of look over it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'd say lack of infrastructure is probably like the main thing.
So a little bit more about that, like detail like y'all's music scene. Like if it's an artist that they trying to get on, do y'all have like a lot of open mics, showcases, shows, or just opportunities to network, or is that shit kind of dead out here?
What I would say is like we're really good at is there's a lot of artists, a lot of talent. Like, people sound good. Like, I always say that you could line up any of our artists with any artist in the industry as far as talent goes, and they're gonna be right up there with them. But we do have showcases. Shout Wolf Wednesdays, I was actually just a judge over there. That was dope. We have shows. A lot of times too, major artists don't really tap in though, so that's kind of a thing. Some of like the underground like dope artists will tap in, but not like the main, you know, the Drake's, Futures, artists like that going on tours out here. They ain't really tapping in. But I mean, yeah, we got that. We have it. We have good DJs. I just say we lack really A&Rs, management, labels, stuff like that. That's really what we lack. Even platforms like I got Mile High Minute, and there's some other dope platforms out here, but even as platforms, it's like there's not necessarily a bunch to really take you to that next level and tap in out of state and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, artists don't really a lot of them don't take their craft serious and go network out of state. They have this boxed in mentality, wanting to stay out here, be the biggest out here, and always worried about lists and all that extra shit instead of like going and getting work done, you know.